10 years of citywide beer. Let's raise a glass or a can to that, my friends. And nearly $500,000 poured literally back into our community. We are raising a glass to a St. Louis original, and Four Hands is toasting to that milestone by teaming up with 10 iconic St. Louis businesses. This is so St. Louis, doing so St. Louis things. I love it. Joining us in the kitchen, sponsored by More for Less Remodeling, to tell us all about it is Liz Swires, the Director of Marketing for Four Hands Brewing Company, and Matthew Fuller, the owner of STL Toasted, which I'm guessing is a TRAV company.
Absolutely.
You two are brilliant. I love that we're talking about this. But Liz, I'm blown away. 10 years?
Yes.
That's a big deal.
I know, it is a big deal. We're so excited about it, and this has all been just amazing to not only plan, but to see it all come to life. So.
And I'm a citywide fan. Currently have some in my refrigerator.
Yes, thank you.
I didn't realize what made this so different from a regular craft beer.
Yeah.
Will you please walk us through that?
Absolutely. So obviously we're celebrating 10 years. So 10 years ago when we wanted to bring a new beer to St. Louis, the brewery was 5 years in already. So it was time for us to say, we want to make a beer that we can give back to St. Louis and really thank them for the support over the past 5 years. And Citywide became that. It became our mission beer. It became our beer to give back to St. Louis.
And I'm amazed by this because you're a beer company. You don't have to do that. We drink beer regardless for St. Louisans. Why is this so important to you, and how does a case of beer turn into support for the local nonprofits?
Yeah, so every case of beer sold in the market, we give $1 back to 4 nonprofits a year. This year we have 5 because it's 10 years, so we're like, why not?
Yeah.
You know, but that really is what it is. St. Louis has supported Citywide so much over the past 10 years. We've been able to give that $450,000 back to local nonprofits.
And you are going to connect with the 5 this year. Here they are: Promo Missouri,
Yes,
Pedal the Cause, the International Institute, LaSalle Park, Make-A-Wish. Why were these organizations chosen?
You know, a lot of them have been partners and friends of ours for the past 10 years. Some are new, and really it was just, we thought for 10 years, they're all special in different ways, and that's just kind of how we selected them this year.
And then you upped it even more by teaming up with 10 iconic St. Louis companies. Matthew comes into that with STL Toasted. Please tell us about what you guys do.
Yeah, so we're got our start making toasted raviolis, all different types of flavors. We also have handcrafted sandwiches, making the meats, all the meats in-house, handcrafted breads. But we're really excited about this collab. If you look on the side of that can, you'll see the pairings for Citywide, and it says,
Smart.
Can you tell me what you see there?
I see toasted ravioli and pork steaks.
Exactly.
Is there anything more St. Louis?
Right. So what we did, we
took
took pork steaks, we smoked them, we braised them in the Citywide, stuff them into a toasted ravioli that we're hand making every day with our house-made barbecue sauce. Yeah, it's St. Louis.
Delicious.
The quintessential St. Louis bite.
You are a genius.
I don't know about that, but all I can say is I'm glad we got this collab going. We just love to be part of companies that are doing this kind of stuff in St. Louis.
Thank you to both of you for being here today and for walking us through all this. And to learn more, visit stlouistoasted.com and fourhandsbrewery.com, or just go to them in person. That's what I would do. We'll post this segment following the show, firstalertfor.com/mystlive.